and welcome to this episode. So in this episode we're going to talk about the tyre stud gun. I went and bit the bill on this one and went and purchased one. They are really expensive. I've been sort of debating it over the last year to do it or not. I would say it comes down to how many vehicles you have and so on, and how many times you're replacing them. Because the gun itself, we purchased that for about $5.50 Canadian. They vary in price. I did look at the Chinese ones. The only thing I was kind of doubtful about that is getting parts. That's kind of why I went with the Brunner Wissel stud gun. So yeah, it's about $5.50. Say they vary in price, Canadian. I then went and brought the feeder separately. It all comes basically, you can buy it together. I kind of was going to just self feed down because you can fit I think 5, 6 or so in the actual feeder itself down here, the gun itself. But particular tires I got are just like at least 100 or more studs I've got to put in. So that's why I went and bought the feeder. The feeder, you'll pay about $100 Canadian, roundabout. Again, that varies in price in different places. And that, pretty much easy to use. Just feed the hopper, put it back on, and put the catch over. She's done, and then you just turn it, and it feeds in, and then feeds basically the feeder stem to the actual where you're installing it there. The studs myself, the particular tires I'm doing require 10mm, so it'd be the length. Length not counting the very tip, I believe it was. And there, so 10mm. They cost me about $70, and then depending on shipping. I was buying all the stuff from the same place, so shipping was, once it was over 150, was free anyway. So in that gun just comes in a box like that. The hopper, the feeder comes in another separate box there. Basic instructions. You can actually go online at the Brunner Wissel site, and they have basic instructions on how to. They're pretty basic to use anyway. Instructions on how to use these and that. So basically the reason I did buy it was because we had so many vehicles, and since I announced had one, other friends have asked if I could do their tires too, because it does vary in what it costs to get your studs done at a tire place. I mean, anywhere from $25 up, you're looking at, and that's basically going on, I think, how many studs how many studs you have in your tires. So the more you have, the more it's going to cost you. So it was at a point where I was like, I might as well get one of these. I mean, it's not going to pay itself off in a year. I would think over a 3-year period, you get your money back out of this, between doing your own stuff and for your friends and family. So yeah, with that being said, we'll get it set up and see how easy it is to use. I've never used one before, so it'll be interesting. One other thing I did buy was the removal tool, but I did notice, so I think it's really only useful with the Brunner Wissel studs. These are not their brand. This is a Tikka spikes, so a different brand, B-line, but they don't actually fit in the end for the removal. So I think it's a 5mm across, or width has to be, but yeah, so it doesn't quite work with these ones, unfortunately. That was something I wasn't aware of, so I have to remember that for next time. But the tool itself, that's about another $100 again. I mean, all the stuff isn't cheap, but like I say, I plan over a 3-year period. I think it'll pay itself off for me. Yeah, so yeah, we'll get into it, set it up, and we'll go through a tire and just see how long it takes us to do, and how easy it is. So I think we've got everything here. First thing we will do, I guess we'll load up the feeder. They say it takes, I guess it takes exactly 100, but basically we'll just fill this up. Kind of guess it, I'm not too sure how much I need. Yeah, that's supposed to selfie, which yeah, it does. It's I think I've already filled it up. So we've got a little bit of soapy water here just to help it. You just dip the tip in, and then that just helps it go in a little bit better. Let's plug it in to a hose here. So they say to set it, I think, between 95 and 100 psi. So that pops them out. Okay, first time doing it. Let's so I've done a few here. I'll just show you. There. It took a little bit of getting used to. Yeah, so we did a few already. Show you there. I don't have the stand or anything, so it's not necessary or anything. Just got to get used to holding the force down on the gun to get them in. And I found, I think I was over soaping it too much, like dipping it in the soapy water there. And one of these tips was always like slipping in between, and I had to keep it resetting it. But I only like dipping it probably every say 8 to 10, just depending if you think you need it. Otherwise it seems to make this a little bit too slippery, and you've got to keep on setting it back manually, which is a pain in the ass. But no, it does go fairly quick, so I'm going to continue here and we'll see how long it takes us to do the one tire. There is a lot on this tire, so it's got to be over 100 in this particular tire. So as I say, it's worth it if you're doing a lot of studs. Do it for yourself. So I'll finish up this one and we'll see how long it takes. So yeah, so that only took me like 15 or 20 minutes. Odd ones I had to pull out here and there. That's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. There. The tool actually gets better. How it was kind of jamming, these were jamming at the start. They actually seem to wear in. Does it less and less. So I think it's just a matter of wearing in. So, and that feed is easier to refill. You just got a constant wind around there all the time just to keep feeding the actual tube, feeder tube. But it really doesn't take that long, so you do save quite a bit of money, I think, for what they charge. Ties with a lot of studs. So if you have a lot of vehicles, friends, so on, family, think it'll save everyone a lot of money over time, so I highly recommend getting it. I think that's it for now. I'm going to carry on and do the other 3 tyres here. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. We'll catch you guys later.